Yeah, man, what you been into between what was it, April? Now in April, last April?
Yeah, April. Yeah. Um, a lot. I mean, obviously a lot, but nothing like super, super exciting. That wasn't a good setup to what I'm about to say. So, hey, Brooks,
Hey, Jacob.
welcome back to having a conversation while being recorded.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it really has.
Some
How
different
long has
things.
it actually been?
Well, we recorded with Justin not too long ago.
That's true. But from season 2, it's been like 4 months, dude.
Yeah.
And it'll be a little longer
Mhm.
because we won't release this. I think we'll release it in a couple weeks. But anyway, it's been a while.
It has been.
Good to get back. And that's exactly what we're going to do now is just talk about some things we've been thinking about and praying about and planning over the last several months. And how this season's going to look different because it's going to look different. And
Yeah.
But before we do that, I thought we'd just catch up together, but then also just talk about some highlights of the last 4 months of how life's been going, because it's there's a lot of new stuff going on, some exciting stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's been up and down. I mean, I had COVID between now and 4 months ago.
Twice or just one?
No, I had the vaccine and then I got COVID. So I was like feeling sick twice. But
okay.
It wasn't as bad because I had the vaccine, which means it worked. But
good.
But yeah, and then some really positive things though, like work is going really well. I'm working for a nonprofit in Knoxville called TriStar Arts, and we curate contemporary art. I think I started working there when we were finishing up the last season, but just kind of a follow-up of things going well there. And a lot of music opportunities opening up for me. Released a demo, which was really cool. The music project I'm going by is called All Signs Point North. And that'll be my personal music that I write. That's more, has words in it to be distinguished between the freshly squeezed music that we're going to continue to work on.
Yeah.
Jacob got a keyboard.
I did.
Yeah. So he's going to be contributing.
You can see the very corner of it right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And, and then I've had some opportunities to play, and then got some shows coming up next month, and then one in October for sure. And I think after that, I'm going to really focus in on recording an EP. I mean, if shows pop up, then I'll do them. And I may play more with some other people, but
I would think from doing shows and people watching, you probably get more opportunities to record, do more shows, which I hope is the case.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a guy in Panama City Beach that may try to hook you up with a show down here.
If I come, that would be fun to. That'd be cool if that person did a show. It'd be cool to like open for them or something.
Like Daniel Pratt.
Yeah.
Daniel, we'll call him up. We'll get on a
call him up.
3-way call and just chat it up and try to figure out that.
Maybe put something together. That'd be cool.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, and get some of the freshly squeezed fam together too. We could chat it up. Maybe do a Q&A, play some music.
Yep.
Yeah.
We honestly need to do like a live. I was thinking about this yesterday. We need to do, or not a live. Well, yeah, a live, an in-person like creative workshop where we get a couple people we really look up to, like authorities in the creative space, or I don't know a good way to put that, but just some people we think are awesome and are creative, and put together some sort of workshop, and then not only speaking but then like going and working on projects. I just think that would be awesome. At least I want to do something like that. I want to go to something like that, so it'd be cool to actually host one of those. it's just like this synergy that happens when you encourage other people to do their, it's just so much fun. Like when you find somebody else to talk to about creative things and you get in the same room, or maybe three of you, it's just like afterwards you're just like, oh my gosh, I have to do something creative now. Like I
Yeah.
can't help it. I want to do something creative.
Yeah.
It's just so much fun. So like conferences or things like that, that's just so cool. Or things that we may do in the future. Yeah,
Totally.
I love that. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, man. What you been into between what was it, April? Now in April, last April?
Yeah, April. Yeah. Um, a lot. I mean, obviously a lot, but nothing like super, super exciting. That wasn't a good setup to what I'm about to say. So, because it is exciting, but I'm actually helping Willie Spears, who's been on the podcast
Yeah, that
for
is
2
exciting.
episodes. I'm helping him produce. Actually, we're both helping him produce his podcast called Win at Home. Little plug for you, Willie. But it's essentially talking to a lot of successful coaches and athletes in the college and even professional realm, and talking to them not about their wins in sports or the professions, but winning where it matters the most, which is at home with your family, with your kids, with your spouse, and what that looks like for people who win professionally, yes, but also are they winning at home, which is what this whole podcast is about, is because it's called Win at Home. And it's been pretty amazing, actually, to sit down in this office. Willie comes here and records them, and just sit over in the corner and just listen to these people talk about some pretty profound things. So I'm excited to have worked and continue to work on that. He's going to release that, I think, the beginning of next year, if I'm not mistaken. And he's writing, it's to promote a book as well. Excuse me. So that's really exciting. And I think I would love to talk to Willie too on here about the podcast, about his book coming up. So that would be cool. I know that that's one of the major cool creative things that I've been working on with somebody over the last couple months. And then just going steady with work, dude. Not much has changed. Always working on making the office, cooler space.
Yeah, there's some new stuff.
There's some new stuff. I got a piano. Oh yeah, well, we talked about that, but I got a piano, and I used to play all the time when I was younger, all the time. And I'd learn, and I'm not good with reading music. I just like learn like a Coldplay song or a song I want to play, and I figure out how to play it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just play that song over and over. And it does aid in helping me learn other songs, but just having a piano in here, and I probably play it 3 or 4 times every day, just randomly get up and play for a break in my day. But that's been really fun too. Got a MIDI board for
oh yeah, you got a small MIDI board.
Yeah, Judah Tuviana send it to me.
Yeah, shout out
to Judah. And
we should
Saints
shout
and
out his
Strings.
music too.
Yeah, Saints and Strings. He's
you
doing
were
a lot
just
of
doing
awesome
that.
things. Yeah, well, yeah, but yeah, he's doing a lot of awesome things. Him and his wife have a. We're just like promoting people left and right, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean that's been a goal.
Yeah,
kind of.
It's true.
Connecting people, and
that's true. And the Win at Home podcast, we're considering that. Like I told Willie, like I'd love to do that, and I'd love to do it under the umbrella of Freshly Squeezed, because that's kind of what we want to do.
Yeah.
With Freshly Squeezed is to promote other people and help them in any way we possibly can, to get to work on their creative projects. And if we can aid in any way, I want to do that. So even graphic design stuff that other people are working on, I've been putting that under like, that's Freshly Squeezed helping you right there.
Yeah.
So it's I love doing that. It's really, really fun. And more opportunities have come up because of podcasting and being like, oh, so how do you do this? Like, what would you do in this situation? We've been able to talk with people, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun.
Man.
I love doing this.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. And just like I think, but between April and now has been like kind of shaping how to fit Freshly Squeezed into our already existing schedules. And I think, I mean, it's
Yeah.
a desire to do that and to do it as much as we can, you know,
And as well as we can.
and
yeah.
as well, yeah. And I think in and out of season, Freshly Squeezed can take more of a front seat. As it grows, I think that's a desire for both of us, is that it would make room for itself to take more of a front seat. But yeah, man, I think you also got a new monitor too.
Yeah, I did. My work has been Hawkins Computer Services.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Hawkins Computer Services and Anchor Point Marketing, which is the same thing, but a branch, a marketing branch off of the main company. But yeah, got a new monitor and computer. They bought that for me, which is amazing, and able to do some more video editing because of it, and it just makes my desk look flipping amazing. Just looks awesome. I wish I could just turn my camera around. I could, but I don't want to lose my spot here. But
yeah, maybe you'll post a picture later.
Yeah, I'll post a picture later. It's just awesome, and I love it. But yeah, got a new monitor. Got new speakers. My brother gave me some awesome kick butt speakers and with a subwoofer under my desk.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's fun. And it's maybe a little tight with another person here, but it'd be awesome to work with somebody. Like some of my coworkers, or hire some more people and have another desk.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be awesome. But
yeah, and I think it's not that you're materialistic, and those things are the most.
Oh no, I'm materialistic. I'm sorry.
I think those like small things like that are just a little addition to.
Yeah,
they're pleasant additions,
Yeah, absolutely. Like some people have. Matthew Encina is this guy I follow on YouTube. Awesome videos. He does like desk setups and organization things, and he was working for an awesome marketing company called The Future. And that's not the marketing. Anyway, he's associated with that, and he's starting to do his own thing. I'd actually love to have him on the podcast. That'd be awesome. But he mentioned, he's like, some people have their cars and they know all about cars and know how to fix them, and some people have their hobbies of collecting certain things. And he's like, and I have my like really refining the space that I live in. I love doing that. It's like a hobby of mine. And I'm like, I can relate to that. I love making like even small adjustments. Like I cut a hole in the coffee table over here for the cords instead of to go over and down right here to plug in right here. I cut a hole back in the corner and then tucked away a power strip underneath, and just makes it look clean. I just like finding small details to fix. It's just fun.
And I think we've talked about that on the podcast before, of how our external spaces affect our mental space. And
with Kaylee Grace.
Yeah. And I think it affects people differently. I think some people are like, oh, I don't care. My room is messy and I'm the most productive I've ever been,
Yeah.
But yeah, man, dude, all that stuff's so exciting. And I love to nerd out about specific details.
Me too. I love it. People come over. Justin, my cousin-in-law, Justin comes over, and he's so kind because he's like, I love this space, and he just points out all the details. I'm like, you noticed it? You noticed the details? And he's like, he just praises it, and I'm like, I love getting to or somebody else who appreciates small details like that. So that's always a good feeling. But anyway.
Yeah, man. What can we be looking forward to in season 3?
Great question, Brooks. I think it'd be good to start with just talking about how the structures, the actual release structure looks a little different. We've talked about this quite a bit, and we've in the past posted an episode once a week as well as we could, and that was a lot of work, and it was fun. And we set a goal for ourselves and we stuck with it. And I'm very proud of us for doing that. But it's also, it was a lot of work and something we both got a lot of life from, but it's also something that's not part of like our paid jobs or our family life. And it was a lot to add on. So one thing we both talked about and agreed upon is doing less episodes, not once a week, but more like 2 episodes a month, one every other week, or something along the lines of that. And probably still on Tuesday, and I guess we haven't figured out all the details like that, but probably on a Tuesday again, and every other week. And if sometimes we have a bonus one, we'll add it in there, or it may only be maybe like the first and the fourth week of the month. Is the point is, though, it's just going to be a little more lackadaisical in a structured way. So structured lackadaisical.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole concept of less is more, and we talked about
yes, that's
the
true.
space between the logs and just freshly squeezed values. We want to give our 100%, and I think the biweekly rhythm will be beneficial for our listeners and us.
Yeah, because it not only gives us more time, and it's not that we're going to do the same. I think it gives us more time to do things well, like you said, like because we're introducing video podcasting. If you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Music or wherever, we also we're going to have this on YouTube as well. We're going to start doing that. So giving more space in between each episode gives us the ability to spend more time focusing on making each episode, putting a little extra into it, I guess. So that's exciting. So doing video, editing more clips from each episode and little bite-sized portions of stories or whatever guest we're talking about. I'm just excited about all of that stuff as well. So I think doing less, recording less episodes helps us to do that well.
Yeah. Yes. So I agree.
Yeah.
And then we are having a full theme for this whole season, or we're having one theme kind of shaping this season.
Yeah. I something we've done. I mean, the theme kind of was the name to begin with, freshly squeezed, like, which means what's fresh on your mind. Let's talk to people about what they're doing. And this kind of goes right along with that. But really, we just talked about a whole lot of different things with a bunch of different people. And there were small directions within an episode or 2 episodes with the same person. This season, we kind of want to have, like you said, a theme, which is, it all started with this. I watched this video, and we can share this video, but it was essentially these kids. I'm not prepared because I don't remember even where they're from, but they didn't have any sort of camera. I think they had their dad's old laptop camera, and they used that to film videos. They love filming videos and making videos, and they used whatever they had with them to make these fun, cool videos. And there's this little clip about these kids. They range from I think it was 6 to 21 or something like that. And they didn't let their limitations stop them from doing what was stirring in their heart and what they wanted to create. They didn't let that stop them. And it was just really, really inspiring. I just found myself lost in that video. And they quoted this quote, and they didn't know who it was from. And I looked it up. I couldn't find who wrote this quote, but this is kind of the idea or direction, which is this. This is the quote. It says, "If you can't do with what you have, you can't do even when you have more." So it's basically making the most with what you have, like
Mm-hmm.
not making excuses. Like a good example of this is like childhood. You never see a small kid, stop playing because he's like, oh, I don't have the right toy to continue my imagination on this path that I was going to go. Like no kid's doing that. They just go, and they don't take anything for granted. They just create. Like when I was a kid, I was just so I took whatever I had and I just made stuff with it. I made imaginary worlds, and I'm just like I didn't let anything stop me. And as you get older, I think we let a lot of things stop us. Perfectionism or whatever it is. It's just it keeps you from doing something because you maybe want to do it the best of your ability, which is also, I guess, maturing into that. But I think we need to marry the two of like, how do you maturely do something well with what you have? I guess is kind of
Yeah.
the marriage of the two things. But yeah, what are some of your thoughts on the theme for this season?
Yeah, of just making the most with what you have, and inspiring people to, if they have something they want to achieve, then to not wait for specific circumstances or specific resources, but see what steps they can take with the resources they have
Yeah,
today.
yeah,
Because you can always take a step forward. It may not
mm-hmm.
be as big as it may be later, but you can at least take one small step a day towards
Yeah,
reaching your goal. Yeah, and I agree with the childhood analogy of like,
yeah,
I remember whenever something would like break in the house or like a toy would break, I would just like go to the garage and see what's in there that I could use, whether it be like old screws or like washers or
mm-hmm.
pieces of metal or pieces of wood, you know, and like sometimes I wouldn't find the right screw size or whatever, the
Mm-hmm.
right tool, but I would try something until I absolutely could not fix it, you know, like
Right.
I would try
Yeah.
anything, you know,
Yep.
but kind of taking that mindset into our goals in life. Like
Mm-hmm.
what steps can we take towards those goals today?
Yeah. Yeah. I really, I'm super passionate about this idea because if you spend any amount of time doing like kids ministry or babysitting or whatever it is, it reminds you of the type of imagination where the kids are just sitting there with something. Like it could be a Lego, and they're like, is this is a candy machine, and it creates the most wonderful, and they just make up this. They just go, and it's like your mind's telling like it's not. It's just a Lego, but then you're like, that's so. You just admire it. At least I do. I'm like, I
Mm-hmm.
just admire it. I'm like, that's so cool. And I'm always a little like not envious, but I can't think of another word. I'm just like, wow, I want to go back to that in some ways. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't want my perfectionism mind to keep me from creating and being imaginative and growing in that way. um, so it's that idea paired with maturity and learning how to do it well, and also realizing like if the next step is waiting for a certain circumstance, like, oh, I can't do that yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, at least I guess identifying it and being like, okay, like you said, what can I do though?
What can I do now? You know,
Yeah,
like
what can I do now? I'm not going to use that as an excuse to be like, oh, well, I can't do that ever, or
right.
I'm never going to be able to do that. Because I like, yeah, we can come up with all kinds of examples of what that might be. Like podcasting, you don't have all the right equipment, or like, and I just talked to some of my friends that have their own podcast. Justin, my cousin-in-law, and his friend Nevin, they do a podcast called Convos in Water, and they use their phone. They have some mics, but they use their phones
Mm-hmm.
to record, and those are pretty good mics. And they think they create a way to make a podcast because that's what they love to do. they love to talk with each other, and they wanted to record it. I'm like, that's just so cool. I'm all about that. And I love gadgets, and I obviously like making things the best that they possibly can be.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, again, I'm just doing the same thing over and over, but in different ways. But it's just like, I don't want that to stop me from creating something. If I have an itch to create something. So
yeah,
anyway,
and we'll talk more about it. We'll get into some more specific details in the episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What else?
a
What
couple
else
more
is new?
things to look forward to this season, and then we can kind of talk about the first episode that we've already recorded.
Yeah.
But looking forward to this season. A few new things. We already talked about introducing video podcasting and having some more YouTube content. But we are also adding a team member, and we're also adding, I don't know what we're calling it, but almost a different section of Freshly Squeezed. Like, we've been doing the podcasting. We just released Freshly Squeezed Music, which is on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, all the platforms, on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But we are adding a blog. We're adding a Freshly Squeezed blog, and we haven't set up the formatting or the website or anything for that. But we're going to be having Cassie Truby come on with us for that,
which I'm super excited about. That, I mean, I'd love to have her just on an episode and we just talk about stuff. But yeah, I'm super excited about it. She's a great writer. She's it just comes super natural to her. She's she does it for fun, and then and which is a good sign that she's a good writer. When someone does like writes for fun and writes these pretty incredible and creative stories, but also she's done a lot of her own blog posts in the past, and we asked her to partner with us, and she took some time to think about it and pray about it. And she's like, okay, count me in. And which made me super happy. So yeah, and that's kind of a good example. We don't have everything set up yet, but we're going to go for it because I think she has a really creative calling on her life to at least incorporate writing in some way. And I want her to do that for herself, but also I would love for her to join this team, which she's doing, and do it for us too. And so I think that would look. It's not like you Cassie, write this stuff. It's kind of like she is a team member. She's going to write her own thoughts about episodes that we come out with, or different topics that we're discussing, or maybe even just things that's on her mind. And so it's going to coincide with episodes, but it's also going to be its own thing. And it'll grow and grow into its own thing. I'm sure it'll look different at different times, but yeah, I'm excited.
And she's going to collaborate with other writers too. So,
yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
If you're a writer and want to contribute your thoughts or writings to Freshly Squeezed, Cassie would be the one to kind of, she would be the point person for that.
Yep. So yeah, that's exciting.
Totally. Well, and then we've already recorded an episode with Justin McRoberts, who's somebody we've looked up to. We've read an excerpt from a book he co-wrote on the podcast, and he reached out to us to talk with us about the book that he just put out called "It's What You Make of It," which really influenced. It really influenced our thoughts toward this season. So that was super fun, and I think Jacob's grabbing the book. But yeah, that was a ton of fun talking with him. I was really inspired reading it. I bought 2 more copies after I bought the first one, and am giving those away to some friends. But we're stoked about that book.
Yep.
And we're really excited to share that episode with you soon once we're ready to put it out.
Yep, that was a blast talking with him and hearing his passion. He's one of those people that just like go for it, and whatever he has on his mind, he just creates it. And so he's become a lot of different things over the years, which is so exciting and fun to follow. And just it talking to him was just very inspiring for both of us. We've talked about it a lot afterwards and before, because we were so pumped to be able to talk to him about his book and just talk to him in general about life. And it was an awesome opportunity, and super excited to release that episode and let you guys hear that.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a while, and I hope everyone is excited for just everything that's next with Freshly Squeezed. We're looking forward to this next season, as well as launching some other projects, including the blog. More to come, and it's only the sky's the limit to what we'd like to see. But also, if you guys would like to see some specific things or contribute in any way, feel free to let us know.
If you guys aren't already, definitely go follow us on social media, on Instagram and Facebook, and also on YouTube. Go subscribe to Freshly Squeezed Studios on YouTube, and we'll share the link to that because it's difficult to find. There's one video and 2 subscribers, and that's just us.
It's
I think 3 maybe. So that's good.
It's in our link tree now. So
yes. That's true.
You can find the link tree on Facebook and Instagram, and that connects you to all of our platforms.
Technology.
Awesome. Yeah.
Awesome. Yep. We'll see you guys soon in the episode with Justin McRoberts. But until then, stay fresh.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
Yeah. It's been a while since we said our tagline.
Yeah.
Stay fresh.